In life, we only have the right to tell someone that we love them. You can only tell someone, I love you, after having said the phrase, I forgive you, countless times to the same person. Because, in truth, we only know that we love someone after having had the need to forgive. Before forgiving, we can even have admiration for someone. But admiring someone is not yet loving. Why admiration? It does not lead us to give our lives for not admiring them. It's a feeling, a superficial situation. It's almost external. I admire that person, but I know I love them. It's after looking into their eyes, knowing that I'm going, that you didn't do anything right, and even so, I keep saying that I don't know how to live without you. Despite having made so many mistakes, you're still special to me. We know that we love people. That's how it is. After having done an exercise of looking into their eyes, at the moment when they don't deserve to be looked at, and discovering even there a chance. A good thing in life is finding people who treat us like that, with that level. Really? People who really know us, who have been able to know all our qualities, but also all our defects. Because I'm not just qualities. I have a lot of defects. I only feel loved on the day that the other person knows about my defects and still continues to believe in me. Many times our human love is not like that. We love the other person for what they do right or good for us, right? And sometimes we even choose friends like that. He is too good for me, and the day he stopped being a friend. The day he failed, the day he made a mistake, the day he forgot, the day he couldn't get it right. Does he still have value to you? Or do you only love those who can do good? Jesus, in loving those who hurt us, what is the merit in loving the other even when he doesn't deserve to be loved? I know it's a challenge, but that's your religion. That's what we believe. That's what we drank in Calvary. A love that we don't deserve. Does he love us? Do we have any meaning? I believe that there is no greater rest for our heart than finding someone who loves us like that. I would like you to take into your life only the people who love you like that, with that ability to look you in the eyes. When you can't do anything, say, yes. Is he still your love? Keep going. Let only the people who want to make you better enter your life, because the people who diminish us, we're already fed up. Real friends, they're those who challenge us. They're those who, when we're in the mud, in the eyes, in the days, weren't you made for this? A real friend is the one who looks us in the eyes and makes us want to be more. A real boyfriend is the one who looks you in the eyes and respects you as a woman, who finds you beautiful. But who respects you as a woman? Who knows? Heart, much more in need of being hugged, of being touched. Decoration that deserves to be loved. And love comes before the touch. Who said that kissing on the mouth is a declaration of love. It can even be one of the demonstrations. But I'm sure that your heart feels much more love the moment you're looked at in the right way than kissed in any way. I once watched a movie because there I saw the most beautiful declaration of love in the entire history of cinema. A girl who lived in the English countryside, who had a dream of being a great writer. She fought. She left that little village, left her boyfriend, who was a country man, a simple man who could never go to the capital, London, with her. She decided to abandon his love to try to achieve her dream, and I left for London. She stayed there for about 6 years. She tried in every way to become a great writer. She couldn't. She stumbled. She tried, failed, fell, until one day, tired, she went back home. Village, on a rainy afternoon, she with her bags, walking in the rain towards her house. When, suddenly, in the middle of the road, who was there? Her ex-boyfriend. He still loved her the same way he did when she left. And he, happy to see her return, approached her, looked into her eyes, and asked, "So, did everything work out?" At that moment, she lowered her eyes. Nothing worked out. She threw her bags on the floor and said, "I came back, and I'm empty-handed. I have nothing." At that moment, he approached, looked at her hands, looked into her eyes, and said, "Your hands are empty." She said yes. He held her hands and said, "They're not anymore. For me, that says much more than a final kiss. because there are many times when we are also empty-handed. Mouth full. There are many times when you kiss, 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 hug, 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 sex, 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 and still remain alone. Because a man lying next to you in bed is no guarantee of company. No woman lying in bed can be a guarantee that we are accompanied. The suffering is very deep, in the hearts that are trivialized. There's a lot of suffering in the hearts that prostitute themselves. Why? Because there's always the feeling that they're being used, that they become a public square where others pass by and throw their trash. That's why I say it. It's not that we have a moralistic discourse. No. It's just that I wouldn't want you to be empty-handed one day. That's why before you enter this girl's life, you are already flirting there. Look deep into her eyes and try. Make her discover that you love her just by looking at her. Look in a certain way, that she feels loved. If you look in the right way, you don't need to have yourself. Because the woman who is looked at in the right way, never again. Do you want to find another? The man who is looked at in the right way will never want another look. It's a time to hold hands and say, I'm here and you're there, and I want to be what you lack. I want to be the friend when you need a friend. Do you want to be a brother when you need a brother and even a father and a mother? When you need a father and a mother, but yours cannot fulfill that role. Marriages often don't work out. Do you know why? It's because sometimes in life, people leave little by little. They're there by your side every day, but they left a long time ago. They start to leave. The lover is not the first to leave, usually. Then the friend leaves. And when the friend leaves, there is no longer a marriage. Is there no longer companionship? There is no longer friendship. There is no longer respect. And we would all like to have a home that lasts. We would all like to have parents who love each other, who respect each other, who stay by our side, who hold our hand when we feel like it is empty. For me, that is God. That hand that sustains us when we think we have no one for us. For me, that is the heart of Jesus with which I fell in love. A heart that looks at me when everything went wrong. A heart that accepts me when everything went wrong. That loves me when everything went wrong. That loves me when I do not deserve to be loved. Looks at me and tells me, I didn't give up on you. That's why, my people, I didn't stay, Father. To announce hell, I stayed, Father. Was it to announce heaven? Because your ears can still hear me, can't they? Your heart can still feel with me what I'm saying. Does that mean there's still time? And heaven is the only certainty you have. Because hell is only a reality for those who have already died. Because there's nothing more to be done there. But you can still do a lot. You can still change the way you love. You can still change the way you live. You can still change the way you smile. You can still forgive the one you don't want to forgive. Can you still treat well the one you despise so much? Because life still gives you the opportunity at this moment to become much better than you are. I believe that I am a missionary of God for this reason. Because my vocation is to positively influence people's lives, and remember that there is still time. Stay a priest for this. To say that God does not tire of us, that every day before him I have the same experience of hearing him sing to me,